Welcome everybody. Before we talk Eric sexy talk, welcome to BeoTalk 178. Henrik is back in English, so we can finally understand what's going on. Blah 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 blah.
Hold on. What is that glass you're drinking out of?
I don't know. Your champagne glass.
Damn, bro. That sounded like I used to give urine samples back in yesteryears in like commie country. But that one had the lines on it.
Just how rich the communist countries were, yeah.
That's right. It didn't have a stem on it, but anyways. Sorry, because I never caught the eye. The eye just caught that glass and like, what the
I also thought its shape was kind of cool and had this kind of...
It's weird. It's like almost like a wine glass that like dripped off the table.
Yeah, but you need to get the aroma and all that shit, but yeah, mostly because it's just cool. So that's why.
I'm not surprised, by the way. I'm just shocked.
I recognize that from somewhere. My youth.
You're such a dandy.
In the black and white country.
Brian has those glasses too. Oh my god.
Can you blame us? Can you?
Oh my god. All right, let's move on. I'm good now. Let's move on.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, something I saw during the week, which was kind of cool. Let me see. Somebody in Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, is watching us in shop. So, bonjour. Comment ça va?
Bonjour.
What's up, guys?
Je m'appelle Henri.
Are we muted? First of all.
No, we're not muted. We have hotkeys for Sundays. So
no, I know. I'm not asking you. I'm asking them.
For the shows, yeah.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it really good to be showing that show in a, dealership?
Oh,
I don't know.
funny.
Tonight might be interesting for them.
Yeah, of course, but
I think it would be good for everybody to show our show. So
yeah, so if you haven't yet, go follow these people, and also like and subscribe to us, and all our contact info is down below in the description. If you want an answer, guaranteed answer to your question and their topic, super chats are open as per usual. Eric and Willie can swing the banhammer. Eric, you look like Thor today, so go at it. If Brian is being too, ooh, my five. And it's just a ding in the platter. Ooh. and also,
Is this a dealer?
yes,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
yes.
yeah, man.
So is it? It's not a specific Bang & Olufsen dealer, right?
I don't think so. No.
Because they had all kinds of other brands on their stories on Instagram.
Yeah, they do a bunch of interior stuff.
Ah, okay, makes
Right.
sense.
And thank you to Prestige Creators. Eduardus took a collection of his new covers, and he has a beautiful Bengal kitty. So if you know cats, that is quite daring because they're full of energy and they're basically mini tigers, which is kind of cool.
well,
That
cat has
is
something
fixing
in locked,
to
yeah.
jump.
Yes.
That cat
It's
is
ready.
just about to take a leap on. Either it looks like the speaker is more intriguing to it than the countertop thing.
Well, at
Really?
least it
The cat-
no longer has fabric to claw into.
Yeah, that's what the cat is wondering. Where's my
Or
sweater?
that
Yeah.
it's pissed about that fact. That
Yeah.
It's like, you bastards.
Yeah, there we go.
See? Like, he's like, oh shit, this used to be cool. Look at the sadness in it. Like, it's
It's got
sad.
more
It doesn't even
resistance.
have the claws out.
But yeah,
It's different human.
it looks very good. So thank you, Prestige Creators, for being our middle of the year Santa Claus. That was a very fun giveaway. And
Yeah, dude, that looks sweet.
if you haven't yet, go follow them on Instagram. They have a YouTube channel, but they need to work on it. God damn it.
We all gotta work on some.
Yeah. And here's Mr. Kitty again. So. That's about it. How are you guys doing?
Good. Well,
Yeah.
I saw Henrik's video, which I basically watched muted because it made no sense, and even then I couldn't understand anything because it was all in Dinglish on a computer, so I couldn't really figure out what. But I know there's a lot of good news coming, so I got a Halo and
I like when Henrik has his video has been shown and people come to me and ask, what's he saying? And
translate. You're not even from there, bro.
The gist of it is like this, but I can't be certain. But most of it is about this. So
Just sit there with the phone and a Google Lens or whatever and translate the text in real time.
So I guess for today, the best thing would be to ask Henrik directly, I guess.
Yeah, but we're not gonna make him go through his podcast and translate word to word.
No, but
That'd be cool.
I thought we should talk about my socks.
What
Yeah,
socks? Your
what
Luffy
was
socks?
that about? Like, how the hell do you have these kinds of socks just laying around ready?
that's not healthy.
The thing was that I was going on a bike adventure with some guys, and all my friends were dressed up like chickens. So this was my socks, and they're just been in a drawer forever. And then, because we needed something new and something old to showcase the Mozart platform joining the ASE products like the Beosound 1 and 2 and Harmony, whatever. And then the new Level, Balance, Emerge, BeoLab 28, for example. How to join those, we need a new guy, which was me. And then we need an old guy, which was Mr. Tom Cruise. And then I saw the scene from Risky Business where he like slides in from the side, and I thought, well, that will be fun to do somehow, to look like a complete idiot.
But you know, he has plain white socks, right?
Yep.
And these are not.
No, I know.
Really
but,
not.
I mean, I think his shirt is pink too, and I don't have a pink shirt, so I was like, how can I?
Closest thing to.
How can I? Oh, definitely press yay on this. Definitely check out the poll. Don't go to nay. Don't go to nay.
It's a 50-50 right now.
But
Henrik,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry, but I have to.
I thought that I needed to do something funny, because on the music track I did on this Instagram post and on the YouTube shorts on my channel, I had a professional singer singing.
That was the very cool part, yeah.
A line from Justin Timberlake, Can't Stop This Feeling. And then I wrote a new text for it. Something about that I don't have any music in my muted 28s because they can't join my current system. And he nailed it out of the park.
The funny thing is that you won't be sued, but that musician will certainly be. So great.
Yeah, probably.
Good. Yeah.
But I mean, it was so much fun to do, and I was just I laid on the couch and I did it. I wrote it down on my phone in notes, and I thought, well, I'll just sing it myself, and then I'll put in some keys like from a keyboard and some guitars and bass and stuff. And I actually did all this, but then I was thinking, man, this guy Patrick, he's pretty cool at this. He just wrote a whole album for a new Danish movie, and he's singing and everything on it. So I was like, I'm gonna text him, and then I texted him, and he was like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, let me change up some words because you can't rhyme worth the shit. And then he changed everything around, and then, I mean, 20 seconds later, maybe 20 minutes later, it boomed in a.
You're telling me I can't rhyme. I have the Chronicles, the album. I can rhyme.
So he just sent it to me, and I was like, man, this is amazing. Let's do it. And then I had to do something funny, so I would be sure that Bang & Olufsen wouldn't share this on their own Instagram profile.
So you go out of the guideline. Nice.
Yeah. So I did that with the socks, and yeah. Class.
Well, definitely put some good watermark copyright on it.
How will you explain the socks that Hamilton will find in your drawer, like in 10, 20 years or so? Well, Dad made a video on the internet. Wait. Oh, well, it was very funny. It was very good. So, yeah. And that musician, even my Nathan, when I showed her the video, she was like, oh, he's a professional musician. But yeah, this guy got connection. It's turned out very good. So, yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was very funny, and I really think that it was so much fun that because Bang & Olufsen has been sharing a lot of my content lately, and they particularly didn't show this off. I can't think
Wonder
if
why.
it's because of the socks and the sliding, or it's because of the music that's saying something not so nice about their own products. But man, I don't know.
Maybe
What's
it's the
the-
knees, the
What's the
bare
poll
knees.
like, Michael? What's the poll? Was it?
Poll's bad for you, bro.
So that maybe that explains a bit, but yeah, who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
apparently about a third of women are watching, and they say yay.
I put a yay out of pity.
I actually, I've got a lot of comments on it, and apparently, for some reason, people want me to take more clothes off for the next video. So
Is these the person that you were just describing before we started? The Instagram girls that suddenly
I don't know, but
start following you?
I'm thinking about a version 2.0, which is probably gonna be
On OnlyFans? Yeah.
You gotta call it
it's
Oh
gonna
Henry.
a lot of nudity.
Yeah, let's
But
talk
the
about
socks
something
will
else.
be there.
Gross. Anyhow,
I can't believe people don't like my socks.
I can't believe we're still talking about all this shit and not the elephant in the goddamn room. I want to talk about the gateway, man. I want to talk about what y'all talked about in there because I couldn't even take footnotes with my feet because it's so Danish.
Let the non-Danish speaker in through the forum, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought people were interested in the Mozart platform.
That's exactly it as well. Like, so what? Now you can join it, right? You can join in between.
Yeah.
So my question is then, does that introduce, I guess, a B&O radio into the core, or no? Or you can just join in.
For now, let me talk you guys through this
All right.
experience. So you have the level, right? And
Yeah.
you have the top buttons right here. Let me see if I can get that into focus.
Yeah, they're focused.
Then you have the play and pause button. So normally on the ASE products, you know, let's take Beosound 1 as an example.
What does ASC stand for?
Audio something extravagant. So
It's not. I don't know what it is, but it's somewhat of the Danish acronym for y'all's.
I don't think so.
Doesn't work.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I actually don't know. But let's say when you join a product, so you play music on the shape, and you want to join the shape from a Beosound 1, you just press on the Beosound 1 and it will join the experience, right?
Yes.
So on this particular unit, on the emerge, the balance, the level, and the lab 28s, you need to press and hold the play pause button until it says boop, and then it will join. But it will join like this. I mean, I think it's 1.5 seconds. You have to hold the button, and then it will play.
So it's like a long press standby, like 2 seconds. You just press 1, 2, boom, it's on.
So
that's cool.
It's going to be like this. Bang & Olufsen also looked into making one of the My buttons this join function, but that will only work on the GVA products, and they still have the non-GVA products as well, which then it couldn't do. So it's the play pause button, and you will hold it in for, I think it's 1.5 or 2 seconds, and then it will join. But you know, when you press on a Beosound 1, it will take like 6 seconds, 5 seconds before it joins. This will join like this. It's crazy.
Amazing.
So fast. And
I don't think my Beosound 1 takes that long to join. I would say 2 to 3 seconds.
This is faster, like a lot faster. It feels.
Oh, I'm sure it is, because when I had the well, I'm gonna get another level anyhow. But when I had the level to play with, I was shocked. Like when you press radio, it's fucking instantaneous. It's almost as fast as FM. Like it's almost it's just there.
So So as for now, we have the tune-in on the ASE products, and we have the Bang & Olufsen radio, which is their own self-made, in my opinion.
Net radio, basically.
Probably
it's a net
a
radio.
bit stupid, but that's their opinion. They wanted to make a new radio solution, then go for it.
But do
and
you think
that's-
that they actually made the new solution, or they just recycled what they had? Because Avant has a net radio as well, and it's basically the same
they
stuff.
recycled what they had, and then they made it into a new.
As I understand
Input, I
it, it's
guess.
better for the British anyway, because BBC is still on the B&O service and no longer on TuneIn locally.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So for now, if you want Bang & Olufsen radio, it's only on Balance, Emerge, Level, and Lab 28s. And you can join the Shape to, for example, the Level playing Bang & Olufsen radio. So the next step is to figure out, do we want tune-in on the old products and Bang & Olufsen radio on the new products? Or do we want tune-in on the new products? Or do we want HD radio, not HD radio, but Bang & Olufsen radio on the old products?
I'd take Bang & Olufsen radio on the old products.
Yes, I said the same. But I do like tune-in as well. And for that reason is that when I go into my car and I plug in my Apple CarPlay, I have all my tune-in stations with me, which is the same as I have at home, which is something that I don't think that Bang & Olufsen is going to be Apple CarPlay or Android CarPlay ready anytime soon.
No.
And it's pretty cool that you can take your tune-in stations with you in your car. So I really like TuneIn, and I would like TuneIn on those products. Maybe they should get the customer to actually say that under music, you can choose, do you want TuneIn or Bang & Olufsen radio? On the other hand, I think they should be able, if they go with Bang & Olufsen radio, I think they should be able to, when you use your headphones, you should be able to choose Bang & Olufsen radio source on your headphones when you're on the go. And you can't do that. So it's a mix and match. And then they have also been talking about should they, maybe I shouldn't go into this because that's a long discussion.
No,
but
that's
I mean,
okay.
The cool thing about this is that this version that is now running on my Level and my 28 is flawless. I mean, it is freaking stable. It is very, very good. I had 2 problems within the last month or so, and I have been writing back, and then within an hour, yep, we're gonna send you a new update. Poof, got a new update. Then I got another problem. I wrote it in. Boom, got a new update within an hour. I mean, they are really working hard on this. And
it's good.
It is such an amazing thing. And it's like, for the first time, I really feel like that we, as I have all you guys with me. So I think that for the first time, they really take responsibility, and I mean they listen to us, which is crazy good, and something that has been missing for some times in my opinion.
But it's only to their benefit if they listen to us. Like, we are the last people that want bad for that company. Very last people that want anything bad for this company. I want them to be here longer than I am, because if they go before I do, I don't know what the fuck am I gonna do.
Yeah. So
I can't deal with any of these crazy speakers like ERIK likes, you know.
And then they also they really took a total new turn. So the cool thing is that they actually wanted me on my channel. So if you're a BOTF champion or BOTF top fan on my channel, you get the possibility to be in the beta program. And I mean, this is not something they used to do. This is a total new thing. And I can pick some people to test it out with the Mozart platform and the old platform. So if and I also said, if you're a really keen user on your home, then don't go into the beta program, because I mean, this is still a better show, but I haven't had any issues with it. So it works. And next week we're gonna pick, I think, 5 to 7 people or something to be in the beta program on the BOTF channel, and that is something that they should have done for, I mean, ages ago, because people, and that's the thing, Willie, as you said, we want Bang & Olufsen to do the best they can do, and we want to help them. I mean, we're not just sitting in the back, don't care about the products.
No.
Because we want this for ourselves as well.
It's very
and
good
we want
that
the best solution.
It's very promising that Bang & Olufsen actually, as you say, is so far ahead with this software, and it's taking like 100% of the time to really do it right.
Seems like they're on time for once.
Yeah. Doing the stuff that they usually do after the release, before the release, and that's very promising. So, yeah.
A lot of new stuff is going on behind the curtains.
Has that software been released now, or is it being rolled out essentially? The join level 2 core per se, like, has that been released already? Has it been rolled out?
No.
When is that coming? I guess next week or within?
No. I think we need another month.
Okay.
I was in the early testing, and they need some more people to get into to testing. So that's why I'm trying to get 5 to 7 people to test with me, so we can collaborate on this and say, okay, so what do you think about it? How does it work at your house? And then when everything is, and I mean, right now, the only issue I've had is that the Essence Mark II has been out of sync compared to the Lab 28, but that was for 10 seconds and then it came back. That has happened once. Then there has been some app issues with the new beta program, which was showing the products a few times in a row. That has been done as well. So they're almost there. And I mean, we're really, really, really close.
It's impressive that it's so stable already.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it is stable. I mean, the only problem I have is when I turn on the level, which is not connected to the AC. It's like I'm just waiting for it to get an IP address so I can join. Yeah. And that takes like 5, 7, 8 seconds.
Oh,
Sandeep has an interesting question. Yeah,
I was just going to go for that.
Go ahead.
Henrik, will the Mozart speaker be able to pick up audio from a video source, i.e. a BeoVision?
I don't know. I haven't tried.
Okay, well, test us tomorrow and let us know. I mean, because my stage will in the bedroom if my harmony is playing here.
But is it off sync though, right?
The slightest bit, yes.
Yeah.
But it
is off sync.
For me, it's far enough away that like you only notice when you're exactly in the middle.
I actually, Sandeep, I think that I did a test on it where the harmony was playing something, and I tried to join the 28 in the kitchen because I have BeoLab 28 in the kitchen, and it said bloop bloop, and when it says bloop bloop, that's a bad thing because that means that it doesn't join. But that was 2 or 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I think, and that there has been done a lot of things for the past 2 weeks. So I will test tomorrow, and I will I will do an Instagram post on a story. So if you follow my Instagram, then it will be on a story next week. I promise you that.
That's cool. Yeah, the touch to join thing. It's one of those things that defined B&O for so long, and it was kind of weird that it wasn't there. But I'm so happy that it's coming back. Really.
Yeah.
Well, but that was the core of their multi-room system since master controlling, for God's sakes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been using the join of a video source since my Beovision 11 because it has been out of sync, and that doesn't make any sense. Then they should just take it out. If it can't be in sync, don't give you the possibility to join the product, in my opinion.
What, like the TV source, you mean?
Yeah.
I've turned off the TV source to share out, like in my V1 and my Avant. I just, because you put that in there, or sometimes, like, let's say I have a YouTube video going in the kitchen or whatnot, right? And I go into the bathroom, or in like the shower, and I press radio to turn on the fucking radio. But in the gateway, it's basically a join, because join on the regular ASC products, I guess as we refer to them now, will just turn on whatever last source was playing, right? Inside the thing. Yeah. So if you have the shit sharing through the TV, then the freaking YouTube whatever I have goes through that M3 that I have in the shower, and it's delayed as shit. It's literally half a word. It's really hard to listen to, and it's irritating. Yeah. So I've disabled that, and I don't understand how there could be a delay on that only, but not the sound.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't understand. Like, it just, to me, doesn't connect, and I wish that they did figure it out somehow, because I don't think that would be that big of a deal to synchronize it on the other end.
It just doesn't work.
But yeah, that's simply put.
Maybe it's a wired versus wireless thing.
Maybe, but they should be able to delay it somehow. But
yeah.
Sandeep has another question, and I can show you right here live. And Mikey, don't get scared. I'm gonna play music, but it is copyrighted free music.
I trust you.
So now you can see my phone here. This is gonna be hard, but we're gonna try it. My phone is here, and this is connected to my office speaker, which is the Shape. So the Shape will turn on right now. You see the light up there?
Yep.
And it is playing at the moment. So I'm going back to the office here, and it's playing, as you can see. And I'm touching the join. Can you see that?
No, it's blown out, but it's okay.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it.
Yeah, that's way better.
Oh, so the Beosound level, they don't have an icon for it yet.
And I just need to find the level, which is here. The icon is not ready yet, but I'm gonna join it here.
Sickness and disease, brother. That's fucking cool. I like.
It's very responsive.
So it works from the app as well, as you're used to. Yeah, so it just comes up as another source. The only thing that doesn't work quite as good at the moment right now is that when you go into the app, hang on, let me see if I can show you guys. That is, if you go into, right now it's still, you know, you can press here and then you get your sources down here.
Mm-hmm.
So if I press the lever right now, it still says that it plays something, but it doesn't. And that hangs at the moment, and it should be dealt with within the next update in the beta program. So
I personally believe it's still playing it itself, because if you unpause it, the response is immediate.
No. It doesn't play, and I can turn it off, and then it will still be the same in the app.
Oh,
for how long did you say?
That's weird.
I mean, if I go to the, let's see, I can go into the app right now and show you. And if we go to...
what if you shut the app down completely and then restart it? Will it still come back with that weird status on it, or no?
It will. And I mean, I haven't been playing on the 28 for the past 3 hours, and it still says that it plays on the 28 in the kitchen.
Well, that's why it's in beta.
Yeah, it's in beta.
But to me, that kind of makes sense what it's showing, because it's not showing that it's playing. It says that it's paused, right? Yeah. But that's just, it shows the last source. I think it's just, like, to me, it makes sense what it's doing. It's showing the visual reference to the last source that played. So if you have,
but I mean,
right, if you look at the app, like, okay, I was playing this station,
it's kind of
that song
halfway
was
there.
last.
So
yeah, but the Shape doesn't do this, and all the other products doesn't do this.
Will they fix that goofy 1 second or dropout after that little blip that happens on the ship?
If Bang & Olufsen is watching this, if you don't change that goofy thing on the shape where you start the shape and it plays, then it pauses, then it plays again. Let's say within 14 days, I'm going to make a video and I'm getting angry again.
But it's been a while, man, and I never really noticed it until I actually got the core and I gave up the converter, this is absolutely the weirdest thing that I do not also understand since we're speaking of the software. When I plugged in the core into the amplifier for the shape, before that, I just had a power link going into it, and that was it, right? I plugged in the link I could take the BeoTime, I could do volume up and down, I can call up the radio, would turn on the radio, everything would work no problem. As soon as I plugged in the goddamn USB into the amplifier and the optical in, right, or optical feed into the amp, it lost all of my IR commands. I no longer am able to turn on the radio. I can't do volume up and down. I can do it only with the Beoremote 1. However, it still takes light commands from the BeoTime.
But about this, that it hangs in the picture of what it has been playing. On the normal app, you can't see you can't get the 28 and the level on this screen either on the normal app, but you can on the beta program. So I think there is still some work to do, and the 28 and the level doesn't show up in the expand view as a speaker. It shows up actually as the same icon as the Essence Mark II.
But can we also talk a little bit, because in your video and also what Christian also made in this video, it's been some news to the integration with the home integration, as in the vacuum cleaner and so on. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, for this moment, this is the most expensive vacuum cleaner remote I've ever had. I posted that on Instagram.
I call my Porsche Boxster the most expensive, hair dryer. So
I mean, I posted that on Instagram as well, and Bang & Olufsen decided not to share my content at that moment as well, when I said this was the most expensive vacuum remote I've ever had. So yeah, but yeah, a lot of updates to the Halo. You can see the lights, you can get the shades, you can get the temperature, and let's get back here. And I have my vacuum cleaner right here. So if I press that, the vacuum cleaner starts, and I mean, you can just keep on pushing the Beo Living Intelligence for the moment. It's pretty crazy, and with some tweaking, you can get the Beo Living Intelligence very intelligent, or at least as a gateway for you to choose to use your products, like the smart home products from your Beoremote 1 or Halo, which is quite cool.
It is insane, dude.
Yeah.
It is insane. Like, this
very cool to see that finally it's kind of working as it should be.
So as I'm thinking this at the moment, I'm thinking about changing my my dimmer switches in the house to Halo wall mounts.
Yeah.
So I can, and then you can use a PoE adapter, power over Ethernet, so it will power through the Ethernet, and then I will use that to turn on the.
Can you use the Ubiquiti PoE?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
One thing. Second of all, how are you gonna run the wires through the walls?
Yeah.
What walls do you have? Don't you have fucking brick and mortar?
Yeah.
Or do you have? Yeah.
Jackhammer.
Jackhammer. It will take some time.
Oh, shiitake mushrooms. Like, you're for real, bro. Eh? Like, that's.
And I mean, that will be, just look at it. I mean, it's the coolest remote ever. You can turn up and down the volume. You can actually use the proximity sensor in it. So if you have that in your hallway, like for example, as I do with the Halo, I have a Halo in the hallway, but I want a wall-mounted one now.
The
so
wall-mounted is very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can use it as a keypad to leave the house, welcome home, and whatever. But you can, if I push it right beside the door, like located there, when I open the door, the display on the Halo will turn on, right? Because it has a proximity sensor. That sensor I can trigger to turn on the lights.
That's a little brave, dude. Like
No,
no,
it's very
I mean,
cool
like having it
too.
wall mounted and shit. Like I'm thinking about your kid too. Like imagine when he goes to his friend's house for the first time and he sees clicker switches and shit on the walls.
Years. It's years ahead in the future, man.
What are these?
What is this medieval technology?
That's right.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I mean, the new gateway gives you a lot of possibilities, which is crazy.
Finally, I will say it's very cool to see. It has more function because, like, my Halo has been kind of out of charge because I haven't really
Sitting collecting
no
dust
need
'cause
for
there's
it.
nothing to do. Yeah, they can't do much
Yeah.
with it. Are you
It's just
thinking of
an
getting a
expensive-
gateway?
It's an expensive audio remote.
Yeah, and I bought it because of the functionality for the future that is now finally catching up to.
Yeah.
That's,
Future is now, bro. Are you gonna get a gateway, Eric?
I bought the Eclipse, and 1 year later, the functionality I bought it because the functionality I wanted, yeah, it took a whole year to be integrated. So I mean, I'm not in a hurry with Bang Olufsen. Don't guess with most people here are that in a hurry, but it's finally cool to see. That's it now. When was the Halo released?
I don't know.
That's
For my
about-
TV use, I just bought an Essence remote because that does change program or channel up and down.
I
What a
think
burn! Now they come out with the software fucking
I
week
think
later.
the remote was it 1 year and 2 months ago?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
Because I was at my dealer to do a meet and greet, and at that event, the showcase of the Halo was there as well.
Yo, there's 70 people watching. Let's get some likes up in here.
Yeah, don't
goddammit.
forget to like and subscribe, all that stuff. Especially share. It helps us in the algorithm with YouTube quite a lot. Also,
That's right.
since there's a lot of people of you there, it may actually afford B&O less of an excuse to not watch and see what you're saying in chat, because the chat gets uploaded as well.
Yeah.
So, if
Do
you're
as
not-
Michael says.
Yeah,
Some
if you're
poor
not
guys
chatting,
have to read through all our bloody nonsense.
yeah, but
But
seriously, you
Today's
should-
a good nonsense. I like today's nonsense.
if you're at B&O, why not? Because literally, this is your customer base. We have people with stages and levels and all that, and BLIs. I mean,
With
this is all the
bow.
people you want to sell your stuff to. I mean, if you
That's
want to make
right.
more remotes, ask Eric. He has them all in every bloody color.
Make a backlit one. I think they're also getting away with the murder, because if they're gonna go all the way to, let's say, since there's gonna be a control for the TVs and like the systems all the way to BV11s, I guess, or Biosystem 4s, if they actually finish that side of the program aspect of the programming on the or functionality of the Halo, it really renders the Beoremote 1 to have backlit buttons.
I sure as hell hope so.
I don't think it's gonna be as tactile as holding a Beoremote 1, but it looks. I think it would be good. It would be a good one to have.
Yeah.
Let's
Now
see.
we're like, most of us has been like kind of teach since, like, we're like, kind of police dogs that we are taught that, these kind of commands and where the buttons are, but we can manage to do it very easily, but we have a backlit and all these kind of functions. It would be nice. It would also look very nice, I guess,
Mhm.
with backlit buttons, because that's, I guess, the cinema remote for the Bear 4 is very sought after and very cool. So yeah, just
One
make
of
it
the-
happen.
by the way, one of the weird things between this and the Halo, right? Like on the Halo, this is like 10% down. On this is like 2% down, like a quarter turn. So whenever I use this now, I have to get used to like, like
Yeah, the volume down ramps up rather quicker than the volume up on the Essence remote.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Like well, the reason why they've done it, because back in the day when the Essence actually came up and the tune-in on the radio, or no, it was Spotify, I guess, Spotify Connect and tune-in that was on there. When you pressed it, it took a little longer to boot, not just to boot up, but to actually pull the stream. So by the time that the fucking music would come through, people like, what's going on with this? So they juice the shit out of it, and all of a sudden it just comes blowing through the speakers, right? So that's why they had delayed the ramp up on it. Or at least that's what I was told back in, 2011, 12 when the Essence came out? That remote and that system has been around for a while.
For the day, yeah.
Sergey said, my Harmony also crashed the live stream. I have this problem since a few weeks. Is it the Harmony sound sensor? Because I doubt that. Surely that must mean the LG part. Because I take it on the Harmony, you watch us on YouTube through the YouTube app, either internally or through an Apple TV. Oh, yeah. So maybe let LG know, because I don't know which one you're on. On my C9, that doesn't happen. Maybe it's a version or update thing.
I haven't had any issue with the CX either.
Is it older than, because I have the C7 on my Eclipse, maybe.
But last time I was on here, the stream crashed 2 times on my Chrome browser.
I've had it a few times on my iPhone over the last few weeks. That it may actually be a YouTube thing. Because I don't know about you guys if you've noticed, but I watch quite a lot of people on YouTube as well just to see what's going on. And the amount of ads that are thrown at you nowadays is insane.
I have no idea because I'm paying YouTube Premium. I can sterilize that bullshit. I can't deal. Actually, there was a sobering reminder of how cool this is. Nick was over. This was before, I guess he went to Peru months ago, and he's like, "I'll show you something on the YouTubes." And he pushes from his Android phone into my TV, and all of a sudden, boom! There's an ad. Boom! There's an ad. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, I haven't seen any ads on my TV in ever. He's like, "Oh, because I'm using my account to, Chromecast to your TV." I'm like, "Okay, here's my phone."
It's a big difference when you have premium and non-premium. You get tired of the ads pretty quickly.
I can't deal with the ads bullshit, man.
If you show a video of with the ads and without, people will go, I pay it, because it's just that, in your face all the time.
Tigris says 220 seconds non-skippable ads are not uncommon for him. That's crazy, dude. I couldn't deal with that. That's 40 seconds out of your life you'll never see. And it's always the same goddamn commercials, too. It's never something new and exciting. And they're definitely not like Super Bowl commercials.
The only kind of pro to the ads is that when you're watching, kids stuff, when you have Alphonse or Hamilton and stuff like that, is that those ads are just 5 seconds. If you're watching other ads, it's just they are 15 to longer, or double in the 2 ads in a row. So yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
So go watch Peppa Pig and no problem.
Peppa Pig went international a few years ago.
And how
does
Peppa Pig sound in Sweden? Blah 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 blah. Or what?
Oh God, I couldn't
She's
go
very
through that
polite,
speech,
I have to
but
say.
I couldn't do it.
There's
another very valid question.
Just by watching Greta Gris, Peppa Pig.
Obi has a question about the level and therefore also balance. Will DEEZER be integrated? Have they decided that yet, or is it still up in the air? Or no idea.
I just looked into the source, and it has DEEZER. But when you push the button, it will go into network link, and then it's taking the source from another product, I think, at the moment. But it does come up as a source. So if you press down here on the source button, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Lower the brightness.
Yeah, no, we're there.
You can see DEEZER, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you press that, it will go back to joining another source in the house. I just pressed it and it said network link from somewhere else.
So that being said, then, do you have to point where is the primary and secondary for the level to connect to, like you do on the network link products?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Well, my level is coming on next week, so I'm gonna be playing with it and the Halo as well. So I am stoked. And
I just saw that we did a poll on the Halo. So we have some guys who have the Anthracite version, and I would, if we could do this right now, if I take my Halo right here and I do like this and pull it like this on the wheel, it doesn't move. The guys on the Anthracite version, could you try to do this at home and do like this? Does it click, click, and move a little bit when you do like this? Because all the Anthracite versions I've seen in the stores, they move the wheel like you can move it like this, which you shouldn't be able to.
so it's some sort of a production error, I guess.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out, but I haven't really talked with Bang & Olufsen about this. So if they're watching, they might be.
Or is it other customers that has bought their, aluminium, brass, gold later than your? Because the Anthracite was kind of late in production, right?
It was. That was the latest version. So if you have an Anthracite Halo, try to do like this. Does it move a little bit? Then write in the comments below. I would really like to know this.
No, mine is solid. I
but
feel like I pull any harder.
Aluminum.
No, but I'm just saying, like that's how much movement there isn't. Like if I
So
pull any harder, I feel like I'm pulling the base off.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you bought your
the
Halo,
gateway, the old gateway doesn't work with the Halo, right?
Nope.
It's too
Because
old.
it's too old.
it's too late. Yeah.
But
It's too early.
it would be nice to know if another person have been experiencing that it moves on the Halo.
But you're saying that
the ring.
only Anthracite.
I haven't seen it on the alloy, on the aluminium. I haven't seen it on the brass. I haven't seen it on the gold. I've only tried it on the Anthracite version.
It might be just that it's the latest product, the latest Halos, or it's only Anthracite.
I think there is a production error on it, but I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So it
there's
would
that
be
one
nice.
guy that puts this little locking pin or something in there, didn't show up for
Not
3
you.
days to work, right? Didn't show
I
up
hate
for
the
a few weeks
Anthracite.
at work. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
It
Maybe.
would just be nice to know if there is an issue.
Yeah, let us
Yeah.
know because the
But rumor has it,
B&O, I love you, but as soon as I tell you I have a problem, the standard response is still to this day, it's just you. We don't really care. But here we have a forum to come together.
Yeah.
So
Then you go to the forum and just like.
oh yeah, there's like 20 other
1,000
people.
Yeah. I know that too.
Yeah, I agree, Sandy. They should have a silk halo. That would be lovely.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I agree on that.
To say more silk, like in general, to the products
Hmm.
would be nice. I mean,
Yep. I agree.
that kind of finish to it, the matte kind of finish to it. It's would be nice to.
It's probably also less prone to defects, quite honestly, the silk.
It's easier to.
28 would be like cool.
I'm not sure I want speakers in silk per se, but it's excellent for remotes because it doesn't show fingerprints at
Yeah,
all.
but if you have like, build up 28, I would say would look kind of cool.
it's not prestige. I don't know. I think that that texture that is on the 28s is good enough. I wouldn't go silk 28s, but I would go
But
silk.
in that mind, you don't need to get a white edition of something because that's when you have bright light, it's kind of giving all the same.
I guess.
Yeah.
I would go for silk 50s.
Yeah. I like that. too.
That would look killer.
I could go for that.
Yeah.
That would look foggy to me.
Depends. I mean, in your kind of white walls. blend in very
Nella
well
Selfhout
because-
says my halo moves and it's anthracite.
Okay, that's okay.
We have a pattern, maybe.
If your dealer is open, whichever country you are in, maybe go and take it with.
Yeah. And the timestamp of our podcast is.
It's just crazy that it's only on the. I've only seen it on Anthracite.
Hey, Christian.
The weird thing is,
So,
I have a friend that has just ordered his Anthracite Halo. Yeah, we'll see.
I
what
have. I
happens.
actually have one more thing. I will take that in another podcast. Because-
Willie went massive.
Hello,
I
Will's
don't know
forehead.
Taking it over. Yeah, baby.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think you stopped screen sharing, Henrik, because everybody went massive.
Oh, sorry. Should I put? Do you want it back or not?
Well,
No,
if you want to
it's-
show off what you can do now with the BLI, then put it back. But otherwise, I'll go
Let us
adjust all
know.
this shit again.
I can do like stop sharing.
Yeah, massive
Then
Willie
it will
again.
probably go crazy again.
Massive Willy
That's
again,
okay.
yeah. That was someone you said, yeah.
See, now
No.
Willie's just really small.
And my picture is very. Oh, I went back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, guys.
Yeah, I have another one with the Beoremote, but I'll take that.
I should go closer.
Tease it to next
I'll
video.
take
or
that in another podcast because that will definitely just destroy some lives out there.
Oh God. There we
Tease it for
go.
another video.
Okay, almost there. Let's stop moving now. Fuck. There you
How's it
go.
working? How's it working? How's it working? Maybe if I grab the Volvo dozer, maybe or Volvo dumper truck, I will finally get it.
All right.
Hey, Eric, by the way, since B&O does that custom or one-off stuff, right? I forget what they called it now exactly. Maybe if you're up for like a silk halo, we can, through us, set up like a sort of semi-group buy. Because it's obviously for halos that are like silked out. Because it's obviously way more expensive for B&O to do one than it is to do 20.
The bespoke?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you into it?
Sure.
I would be okay with that. Yeah, if we
We
can
have, like,
all
three.
agree on like a halo silk.
Out of 4, we have 3 already. So, Willie,
So,
are you in?
I'll take a silk halo. Fuck it. I'll get on board.
I'll set up another poll to see how many people would go for a silk halo.
I
But
guess
no
I have
bullshit
another
though. Like
sweet-
for real. Like for real.
Yes.
Don't be on bitching around and
Is
fucking trolling.
Anders Sandstrom here?
I haven't seen him yet. Because that would be kind of cool. Because as far as I understand it, depending on what you want, if it's too crazy, they're too busy, they either just won't do it because time and whatnot. But somebody on the forum, and that apparently watches us, went for a bespoke balance. Not exactly sure what they did to it, but it was because it was bespoke and won. It was like 30% over new price, which is understandable. But if we get, I don't know, 10, 15 people, maybe 20 together, it probably
That's a
is.
solid batch of remotes to make. You know, it's worth it for them to do it.
Yeah, and it probably is some over, but not that much over.
Mm.
I mean,
I still like the aluminium though. Shit, I don't know. It's just the best. Takes on any color you put it against. It looks cool.
yeah. But the feel of the silk would be,
Great.
and yeah, and for
Mm.
the money, I guess what we are talking about is, I guess, worth it compared to, like, you know, if we want to bespoke BLR 50s. So yeah,
Does the regular aluminium halo get fingerprinty like the Beoremote 1?
Yes.
There's your answer.
Less so.
It's pretty short and on point. Like,
yeah, they do. I mean,
It sort of does, but it's not as bad because you're not palming it the whole time.
they're not as bad as the kind of piano black.
Oh, the piano black is the worst one. you can basically read your fingerprints off of that.
Yeah, it's the worst. One of the best looking ones when they're clean, but they're never clean. So
Which one? The black one
piano black, yeah.
or the piano black? Yeah.
There
I
are
like
there are no
anthracite.
yeah the anthracite, but
I like the anthracite more than I like the piano black.
they're so very alike, I guess. For me, it's just the piano black looks better. But yeah, that because I like the piano black more, I guess. But yeah, they're still very prone to fingerprints. So it's just like if you like that kind of gray tone. Which product was that? Was kind of that silky finish to it, but still anthracite. Some are blank, or some products are different because they're kind of two different ways of anthracite. Some products are the regular kind of shiny version of it, and one anthracite is just like a silk tone to it, like a matte finish to it.
Yeah, by the way, also email me if you're into a bespoke Beoremote Halo in silk. I'll go talk to my dealer and see what the deal is with that.
With the poll here, Mikey, can you see how many people or just the percentage?
Well, percentage, but
There's 16 votes, so you can see
17 votes and 35% say count me in. So
do the math.
Yes.
Nowhere
Just
near enough.
the area that I'm
Well,
going
so
to
that's like
talk about
six?
tomorrow in math with
6
my
people
students,
say
so
yes, please. So
maybe I can use this as my math teaching tomorrow.
Your contour is black, right, Henrik?
Come again?
You have the anthracite contour, don't you?
Yes. With smoked oak.
are you still liking it, by the way?
That's
It's
a no.
yeah, that's
it's beautiful.
You like answering like a fucking politician right now.
yeah.
Yeah, but Willie, man, you have to understand that I don't use the TV in the bedroom anymore. I mean, either
Well, no,
Heidi's
it's fair.
asleep or
I
we wake
half
up
expect you to say I did not have sex with that woman.
Exactly. Like what the fuck was that?
Is Hamilton sleeping in your bed?
No.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's a cool way to have just
Yeah,
it's a sculpture more than a TV.
I was sick at the first part of this week, and I watched Netflix. I watched the Schumacher on Netflix in the bedroom, which was the first thing I've watched in there from start to finish. And I mean, I've had it for a long time. So yeah, I do like it. But when I wanted to watch Netflix, I couldn't get my Beoremote 1 to work, so I used the little penguin from LG. And then I figured out that I had to unpair the remote and pair it again, and then everything worked again. So I do like it. It's amazing sound and amazing picture, and what's not to like? I use it for music in the morning, though.
Are you kind of regretting that you didn't get the LG and use a stage, or
No.
you like the whole kind of?
I hate the stage and the LG thing.
Blasphemy.
I love the LG 48 with the stage. I hate the LG 55 and upwards with the stage. I think it looks
symmetry.
it looks. Have you guys seen Despicable Me?
Yeah.
The evil one, Gru.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 55-inch with the stage. That's him.
Like on stiletto legs, basically, just this huge
I
mass.
don't like it, but I do like the 48 with the stage.
But then you should get a.
I don't
Beovision
agree.
Eclipse. Yeah, but get a Beovision Eclipse to get the kind of the alternative version, because that's just the reverse.
No, the Gru guy is if you hang a 77-inch with a stage.
Or just the old
that's-
Avant with the 85
Because then it's really is
inch
like-
with the.
I just don't like it. It's not for me.
Yeah.
To
But
me, it
then,
looks awkward.
I mean-
Like back in the day, you have Beovision 740, and then people put a 7.1 underneath it because there was, if you couldn't
but
get
yeah,
one,
but
and
Exactly.
it just
Avant.
looked fucking weird to me, and I can't deal.
I have the same opinion, Willie, and that's why I chose the Contour, because it doesn't make any sense for me to
Henrik,
buy a Contour for a bedroom.
how do you like the proportion of the the Avant, the 55, 75, and 85, because they use the same kind of sound unit, right?
Yeah, but the sound unit is gone when you don't use it.
Yeah, but still.
No, I think that's fine, because it's
Okay. Okay.
I like the Avant. I just don't like the Beovision 740 with the 7.1 sucks. The stage with the 55 and
I was just
beyond
looking
sucks.
for some consistency, but yeah.
If it's on the wall with the TV, if
Okay.
it's on table and the TV's on the wall, it's fine for me. But when the stage is on the wall with the bigger screen, I don't like the looks of it. I think this looks stupid. Sorry.
Yeah, but for me, I like.
I don't
the
care. I
stages.
still love it.
Yeah, I don't care.
To each their own, right?
Yeah.
Of course, but still.
I had that's the job that I'm doing, that little theater. Like, they actually did contemplate to just put a sound bar over top of a, what is it, like 7-foot screen. And they just wanted to put the stage. I'm like, you're building a whole theater and you're putting a stage in here, bro. Like, that's a little bit backwards. Doesn't work.
There's a
That ain't right. So when is all that gateway stuff gonna be released, or some of it is already?
It is out per Thursday this week.
Sweet.
I was just going to say, could you show us around in it a little bit?
Sure.
Because, I saw your video and you were setting a bunch of scenes and scenarios up. And I know Willie and I did it a while ago.
Yeah, I mean,
But it
the video I did with Christian was just to show off how it works. It didn't make a lot of sense in that part where the event and the macros and the scenes, because it was just to showcase how to work the Beo Living Intelligence. But I can show you how to. I now have done everything, so I can of course show you this if you want to.
Yeah, I think you should maximize your screen. I don't know if you. There we go. Yes.
All right. Yep. So first of all, when you log into the Beo Living Intelligence as we is right now, you have the two possibilities of the web panel and the setup. The web panel is the same thing that you will see on your Beovision TV. So if you go into, I think I can't remember what it's called in English. I think it's probably called home control or whatever.
It's home control.
Yeah. Then you get actually the web page of this site, but we can go into that afterwards. So if we go into setup, then boom, we're in the gateway. So this is the first thing, the project and whatever. You get the installer name. I'm not going to go through all this because I don't think we have the time. I'll go through some minor things to just showcase how it works. So that's not important either for this, but we have the zones. The zones is your house, and then you have all the areas in the house, like the Hamilton's room, we have the hallway, we have the entrance.
So where are these pictures stored? On the actual Beo Living Intelligence? You upload those from your desktop?
Yes. So if we go here, then I can choose a file, an image file, and put it in. But it's much easier to do it on your iPad or your phone.
Did you have to format the pictures in any way or no?
No. Actually, this is just going into the room, taking a picture of the phone, and then uploading it.
Okay, fair.
So, I mean, this is just pictures I had because I'm a stupid YouTuber and I take way too many pictures. So, yeah.
There's no chicken coo.
So this is like the rooms that you have in your home.
Yep.
So then you have your systems. The systems is all your Bang & Olufsen equipment. So if we go to BeoLink, we have.
So you did put everything under global, hey? You don't have much separated. Okay. What's the dummy driver?
I thought about putting it under the rooms, but it doesn't make any sense because I have Bang & Olufsen in all the rooms, and this is like the place where you have it. So,
well, global, then it shows on everything right underneath.
Yes, and I can show you that when you put it on into the global, I have one thing here called Technic, which is our tech room. I could put everything under there. That would make sense. But if it's there or on the global, it doesn't. It's the same. So we go to the next tab, and I'll go through the dummy driver as well. Resources is all your resources in your house. So the BeoLink is this is the shape, the AV renderer here. This is called the office contour, the dining room. Then I have the living room harmony. I have the bathroom. I have the bedroom. Whatever down. This is all your BeoLink thing. And I can't explain why the 28 and the level is here, because as for now it shouldn't be. It should be under B&O control link, because that is two different products. So you have the level here and you have the 28. I told my opinion that I want everything to be under BeoLink because it doesn't make any sense to have it in two different
locations.
places.
Yeah, that makes
That's
no
just
sense.
stupid. Then I have the Home Assistant here, which is my Home Assistant server. Maybe some of you knows HAS.io. I have a HAS.io server here, which is right here. That is a home automation server that can control the whole house. I can see if the windows are opened or closed or whatever. If you don't know what this is, try to Google HAS.io. I will write here, HAS.io. And that will interconnect with all your different things in your house. So if we take my integrations, you can see I have my Apple TVs, I have my HomeKit, my IKEA. This is just the weather. I have my cell phone. So I can actually now trigger if my cell phone is at home or if the cell phone battery level is below 17%, I can trigger on that. I can trigger on if my phone is about to run out of storage and stuff, which is crazy. You can trigger on a lot of things. I can trigger on the distance. Let's take an example. So if my distance on my phone is not far enough and I turn on Netflix, it will turn off the TV because I haven't moved enough. Just an example. Pretty stupid because you will hate it. But
that's little intricate. Like that's the kind of stuff though that it's really or it's unemployable to a client.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that is fucking high level nerd shit.
Yes. Yeah. That's just to
I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I would do it with me, but there's no way that I would fucking roll this can of Surstrumming into a dude's house.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
No, this is just to tell you if you want to take the red pill or the blue pill.
Oh, dude, I'll take them both, man.
If it all goes, you can do it. And I mean, it's pretty stupid how deep you can go.
Yeah.
Then I have my media server, I have my Synology, I have my thermostats, and I have my Xbox, and I have my vacuum cleaner.
Wait, so technically for later, could you set it up that if you left the house between certain times that Hamilton couldn't use the Xbox, let's say when he's 10, 12, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's kind of really cool. Parental control to the max.
I mean, it's just your imagination that sets the boundaries.
With this shit, you're also raising a computer hacker.
I could say that if Hamilton,
you could be you could be the one that's not playing the Xbox.
I can say if Hamilton's phone, he doesn't have a phone, but if his phone or Apple Watch or whatever hasn't been going that distance of steps today, then he couldn't turn on the Xbox. It will turn off again. But
you
then
got your 10,000 steps in today, bro.
If he hasn't moved this amount of steps, or the window is open in the kitchen, or the refrigerator door is open, then it will turn off the Xbox. I mean, stupid things like that. So to get back on the B&O things, I mean, this is a home automation server that I can control from my phone, my web server, whatever. All what happens in the Beo Living Intelligence, I can control from a Beoremote 1, a Halo.
Wings, yeah.
And that's why it's a cool thing. So here I have all my resources on my home assistant. I mean, I can get the curtains in the dining room, the curtains, closet, whatever. Which
Any direct limit to how much product that you can integrate to it?
I have a lot of products and I haven't reached the limit yet.
Yeah, good.
Then you have the Philips Hue. You connect directly to the Philips Hue gateway. So you have all the entities here, which is you have the scenes here. This is called the TV Hamilton, which is when he's turning on the TV, it should set a scene. Then you have all the different color temperature. You have all the lights and stuff, and you take all these things and put it into rooms. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, and that's actually cool that it takes up because the old gateway doesn't pick up nowhere near as much from the Philips Hue.
The other thing is a thing I learned from Christian, which I didn't know, that when you can, like, this is called Kitchen 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have Kitchen 5 here. That is kitchen light source number 5. Then I have kitchen light source number 6, kitchen light source number 4, and I added all these light sources into the gateway, into the kitchen area, but it doesn't make any sense because then when you go into the web panel or into your app, you get every light source one by one. So if you go to filter and you press group, then you can go to this is kitchen in Danish. Then you add that into the kitchen, then it will take all the sources in the kitchen instead of one lamp of the time.
But it doesn't spell HEIDI.
I didn't understand.
Kitchen doesn't spell.
Oh no, yeah. But the thing is, if we go into, I can show you the web panel right now. So if I just need to find a room where I did the group.
Thank you, Don.
So where? Thanks, Don. So where is the pictures show of your rooms?
Hang on. Here. So this is the entrance. So now you can just turn on the lights in the entrance and you can turn off the lights in the entrance. If we go to the living room, you can see I have every light source in the living room, which is pretty stupid because then I have to turn on, turn off, or turn on every one single light.
Yeah,
that's why the groups are very, very cool.
Yeah, you want a unified version of just this, the whole room to turning on and off. That.
Yes.
Yeah.
The pictures, Willie, of the gateway will show up on your phone.
Okay.
So
and now it works with the Android, I guess, the new BLI, right?
Yeah. So you have all the pictures here, where you can see the temperature in each room and whatever.
That's hilarious. I've had Gateway for now 10 years, more or less, and this is like, finally.
A small interjection. Christian said, by the way, the video I showed on Instagram of his little video, that's not done with the BLI. That's done with Home Assistant and Node-RED.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool that the Halo works with non-B&O stuff like that, and you can still customize the shit out of it.
Yeah, the thing is, Halo doesn't speak directly in Christian's video. It doesn't speak directly to the Node-RED or the HAS.io Home Assistant server. It speaks to the Beo Living Intelligence, which speak to the HAS.io. And that's where we get a bit nerdy. So if you look into the dummy driver, the dummy driver is let me see if I have one in here. Here I have all kind of things from the server that I can join into to this, but it's very nerdy, and I don't want to go into this on this video because it will take
Yeah, you
hours,
don't
I
need to,
think.
but
But the gateway triggers on. You make a macro. I mean, we're ahead of ourselves. So let's get into.
Yeah, maybe start for noobs like me. Where do you start? You start with a macro, right?
Yeah. So
Yes.
we want to do a macro because everything on the BeoLiving Intelligence is run by macros. So if I take my Beoremote 1 here in my office, I go into list, I go to light, and I say turn off light, it turn off the light. If I said turn on the light, it turn on the light, right? So this is a macro, and this is what we want to trigger. So if we go down to my office, I have, this is the macro that says when I'm pressing function number 2, it should set the level to 0. You see that? So if I press fire, boom. This is turn on. If I press fire, it turns on. So on the Beoremote 1, you can go list and then, for example, into light, and then you can press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or whatever. So
Or 0. And
I
the
can
light and play
capture
and stop
this.
also works.
So right now it's trying to capture what is going on in my home right now. So I go to list, light, and press 5.
Oh, that's actually
So-
kind of handy.
Yeah, and then you just add
right
it in,
now
and that's your.
it has 3 different things on the gateway. It has key release, continue press, and press. And then the clock just updated. But that's.
Have you ever, one second, with the continue press, have you ever had that work?
I never used it. I only use press.
Okay.
So if I want to do this, I can take that and add that. So if I'm going to close this. So if now I press light 5, the light should turn on in the office.
Yeah.
So let's go back and press fire and turn off the light.
Yeah.
I go into light and the light command here,
Yep.
and press 5.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how you want it. Yeah.
So this is how you trigger things, and you can trigger all kind of different things if you want to. I also have the curtain going up and down and whatever in the room. So if I want the curtains to go up, I press a function key and the curtains go up. But if I come into the office, let's say that we're gonna make a new macro saying BOTF enter office, right? So we want, when we go into the office, we want the lights to turn on and we want the curtains to go up, okay? So we capture an event. We're gonna go into list, light, press 5 again, because I deleted the one before. And it triggers that on the gateway. We says that this is the press. So when we do this, we want a command. And the command is that in the office, we want the light, which is the dimmer, to set to 90%. Add that. We want the shades, which is here, to rise. Add that. And we want the shape to select a source, and we can say, should it be a local source or should we take a source from somewhere else? We can take a source from everywhere, anywhere in the house, but let's take a local source, and we want it to go to tune in.
Not Qplay.
Or
It's
Qplay.
interesting that they still listed there. That doesn't even exist on our continent here, right?
But you
It's
can
Chinese.
also say that instead of going to tune in, you can say select source, and then you can say by tune in station. And then you go here and open a new fan and go to tunein.com, and you says you want to listen to what radio station?
Lounge FM.
Lounge FM. We're just gonna take this one
That's
in
the one,
Ukraine.
yeah.
And
It's
up
actually
here,
really good
you
stuff,
have
by the way.
a list right here. This is the station ID. So we copy that and go.
Oh, so you don't copy the whole link, hey?
No, only the station. The station S is for station, and then the code. So you take that and then you put it into station ID. Oh, hang on, I'm on a Windows machine right now. There and there, and play now, and then add. So now I am gonna turn it down in volume so you don't get a copyright strike.
That's okay. We can also do a bunch of this stuff
Yeah,
around.
so let's try to turn off the lights right now. Then we're going to control, light, and 5.
Dude.
There it goes.
You hear the blinds.
And the music is playing if you can hear it.
Very slightly.
Very, yeah. But yeah,
So
depending on what volume you set it in.
if you have something like super 80s with one of those clappers, right, you could literally set your sexy scene to come on with your
Yes.
curtains coming down and the lounge FM coming on. And
Yeah, I remember when we saw like very many podcasts ago, the kind of 80s house when the integration.
You can, for example, my shape here is starting at volume something low. You can also set the command to say that
Start
I
at
want
volume
my
35. Yeah.
Could you ask the blinds to be more quiet?
No. You can say volume level. Let's say volume level 40 and add. So now the shape will start at volume level 40.
so
Yeah.
am I correct in reading that the event is basically the macro and then the command lines are the individual things that happen within the macro?
Sure.
Well, yeah, I guess you can call it that. But the macro is basically what's highlighted in blue. Or your events, you can have multiple events having been triggered. Like you can have, like in my house, I have a welcome scene that it's set up that if I press that welcome button on the Lutron, it correlates to the same button that I have for my Beoremote 1. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you can have 2 different events, but if either one of those happens, this is what will trigger afterwards.
Is the Has.io free, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
So
For now,
let's take let's take another example before we go into the Halo. Up here we have my bathroom, and then this says music on motion on. So it says if my bathroom mirror has light in it, it should play TuneIn on a Beosound 1. So when I go into the bathroom and the lights turns on because of the sensor, then it starts playing music. And then if the if the light is off, the Beosound 1 needs to go off. But you can also say that if it's daytime, play this radio station at this volume. If it's nighttime, play another radio station at this volume if you want to.
So with the lights, do you then also need to have like the smart light switches, or is that regular switches and there's a light sensor somewhere?
Everything in my house is Philips Hue.
That's how he knows.
Oh,
like in
so
my house, everything
the
is
bulbs
Lutron.
tell
So
him. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
so I go from the keypad or a dimmer saying, okay, is it 1 or 0 basically status. If it's 1, then in my house I don't have the music turned on and off. It just sends a certain volume information into the Beosound 1 or M3, because I already have them. Like if I play them everywhere, then it works. But if I don't play them, then I don't want them to join in and out all the time. Like I have
another
it set up a little
system,
bit
but I guess
differently.
it's kind of the same, that you have to
But
be
yeah.
that kind of system to it. Yeah.
But now that like playing with the gateway as much as I had in this apartment, I kind of regret that I've bought so many occupancy sensors. Like there's no need to have 2. Like I used to have it, or I still have it, because the redundancy of day and night in case the gateway never worked. I've never had an issue. I've set up the system modes, dude, and they fucking work 100%. So I could just take out the motion sensor, the extra one from each room that I have 2 in, and have the gateway saying, okay, it's daytime from this and this time, nighttime from this and this time. And I think on the BLI, you can actually set it to based on exactly when the sunrise and sunset goes, right, Eric or Henrik?
Henrik, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that yeah, this is a lot more. There's a lot more that you can do with this than I can see already. The capabilities that the old gateway doesn't do. Now you can also run 2 gateways in the same time. You can still run your old Masterlink or Beo Living Intelligence underneath this. So you can still control your system, you know, you can still downstream control, and you can still get like your light commands or control commands from your BO4, or if you're crazy enough to have a BO6.
Yeah, and also from my understanding that the new intelligence is very open to a bunch of others than just Philips Hue, and I guess they're open to a lot of others, like IKEA stuff and all. I mean,
it's not, it doesn't control IKEA, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Thing is that I need another server to control IKEA,
and
that is the HAS.io server, which is over here. And that is the stupid thing about the Beo Living Intelligence, but it's cool that the Beo Living Intelligence talk with these kind of servers. Yes. And this is just a virtual server running on my Synology. So you can run this on the Synology.
It's stupid, but it works very good. So it kind of isn't stupid, but still is. Yeah.
Well, it's also next to no power budget, basically, and it's that powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I mean, that's what, like 5 watts, maybe? Like as for the, not the Synology itself, but to run this.
Oh, nothing at all. I mean, it doesn't have much resources. But the cool thing is that I have the Philips Hue dimmer switches, which has 4 buttons on it, and this can actually see the battery level on them, so it can notify me if something is up with it.
If your batteries are dying in the switches.
Yeah, exactly. And I think in some kind of way I could, if the battery level on one dimmer is less than 15% or 13% or whatever you specify, I might be able to put it up on the Beoremote Halo in the morning. So when you walk past the Halo, it will say that the dimmer in that room is less than 15%. So it will be like a message on the Halo if you want to.
Fuck me, this update has really got me thinking. Like, I've always advocated for like dumb houses because nothing ever goes wrong, but this is really sweet.
Okay, so
Mike is caving in, bro. Shit, couple more podcasts.
And I know this walkthrough is like really fast. I will do a thorough walkthrough of the Halo remote and the Beo Living Intelligence in English. On my channel in a near future, but it will
really appreciate that. Yeah,
it does take some time. I mean, I was on the phone with Christian for at least 2 hours, and I mean, hands down, there is a lot of things to do, and I mean, I don't do everything right, and it's learning by doing, and
but no rush. Better to do it.
Yeah.
Slowly and right, and
so
wrong. Yeah.
To show something else, let's get into the Halo, which is the new thing, and let's get that BOTF enter office on the Beoremote Halo as well. So on interfaces, we get down to the Beoremote Halo, and this is the Beoremote Halo.
Now that is fucking cool.
I have done this, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that you have some choices here. You have the name, whatever. You have the zone where the Halo is at. And then you have this. This is the default page. So right now, when the Halo turns on, it is on this view. You might be able to see it on the video.
Yeah. On lights.
Yeah, it's on the light. So if I go to the Halo right now and just rush the wheel, the lights turns on in the entranceway, right? Because this Halo is in the entranceway. So
normally in the entranceway.
Yeah. So the thing is, when you it doesn't even need to see you. You can just roll the wheel and it turns on the light. But you also have all the buttons here, as you see down here. But normally it shows audio control. You can also set it to audio control, like I did right now. And then when you go to your Halo, it will show up like this, as you used to. But in my opinion, it's cooler to have it to when you walk up to it, it will show up like this.
Yes.
Right? So that is one of the new things that you can choose that, and you can add multiple pages if you want to. I just can't remember how to. Copy?
Yeah, but
I can't remember how to, but I think you can get 3 pages to scroll through. In my opinion, that doesn't make any sense, because it needs to be like, you don't need a remote where you go like this and this and this to get into scenes. You just need the first page to get the multiple scenes, right? So
first of all, for home integration,
we have my goodbye thing here. We have my welcome home. We have my light, my curtains, my temperature, and my vacuum cleaner. Now we're gonna
have all you want, but it's fucking smart, man.
Now we want to add our BOTF enter office enter thing. So we add a new thing. We're gonna call it BOTF. Fuck. I hate Windows.
Yeah, but don't do it. Fuck.
And we need the behavior, and I think that is just handled by custom macros, maybe. Nope, that's not true. It's a scene. And then we need to select the scene. And the scene is called something with BOTF. We have that here. We need an icon for it. So what icon should we choose? Fireplace. No.
You know what they should do, honestly? Like, they should update their icon pack on the rooms, because there's not enough icons there. Like, there's a ton.
The rooms icon pack will only be showed in the web page on the web server, and it will only be shown on the TV screens. So you don't really use it anymore.
Fair.
So, and then we need a small we just need a small title here, and we're gonna say Willie Bellucci edition.
Oh God! Right on. Get it all there.
We're just gonna write Willie Bellucci, and now we have that icon on the set here. So let me turn off the lights in this room to see if it works, the macro. Yeah. So we're gonna do like this, and we're just gonna fire that one. Boom, the thing is off. We need to go to this and see if it has synced. That is live right now, so let's see if it works.
Oh, look at it.
Oh, that was wrong. Fuck, I started the remote. Hang on.
There it is.
My wife is gonna kill me. Hang on.
And this is exactly what happens when you program shit.
Yeah, Hamilton's just.
My benefit of that is that I live alone, so I don't have people having their life fucked
waking up
when these kinds of things are going on.
Everything went okay.
I started the vacuum cleaner.
Oh shit!
So, but you can see it has already synced, so it is over here, and we're gonna push it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So
yeah, that's pretty neat.
So what I think is pretty crazy about this, let me just get the curtains down again.
Yeah.
And turn on the music here. What I think is cool about this is that we just did this on the web interface, and it is already synced on the Halo remote, which I think is pretty sick.
It's very good to work with when you can just, I just have to fix this. And if you kind of want to change something, if you have a party and you would want to change stuff when, interactive with like a bathroom when you play music, lights, all this kind of macros, and you just go pop, 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 and it just
Yeah, and
works for the night. And
you can control the light. How much light do you want on your bulbs and stuff?
It's so easy. Yeah.
I think this updates. It turns the Halo remote into something brand new, and I mean this is something that a lot of people have been wanted for a long time.
Yeah, because just before, as you said before it was just it was an expensive kind of audio remote, and now it's just everything that you kind of use for your home.
It's an infinite utility of it now, if you think about it, and if you have gateway. And I honestly don't think that the gateway really is that intellectually prohibitive to program. Because if you sit there, like, you can't really break anything, you know, you have a funny moment, you turn shit on you didn't intend to or whatever, or all of a sudden, you know, like, takes a lot of trying. The same thing, like when I played around with my Beosound 1s and M3 in the bathrooms, like, you need to play around, okay, well, this is too loud, go back, put it to this volume level.
You can't destroy anything with the gateway.
No.
And what I've been doing is that when I do my macros, I intend to go into the room and fire the commando and listen. So is it too loud? Is it too low? Is the lights okay? You can choose the color temperature of your lights. So for example, when I go into my living room and on my remote in the living room, if I press the light command, or in every room, the color temperature is one color when it's daytime, but when the gateway goes to nighttime, it will change into another color.
As it should be, I guess, because of the temperature of the lights and when it's nighttime and all that. It's kind of natural that you can actually do it by yourself.
And,
so we have the results of that poll. Watch this. It's yes, it's 51% to have automation to 48% no automation. Who's the 1% that is not in here?
And you can also send status updates to your Beoremote Halo. So if you go in the morning to the Beoremote Halo, you could actually, with some hackle, you could say, it's a rainy day, remember your umbrella. So you have to press OK, or it's a sunny day, have a nice day, OK, and then you have your scenes, right?
Can you also like macro your like coffee machine, smart coffee machine to it?
Yes.
Yeah. So all this kind of Bang Olufsen.
If you go back, Mikey, to the screen, then you're under tools, can go into external drivers. And then you can update the drivers. And for example, if you go into the bottom, you have the Wiimote coffee maker if you want to.
Can you scroll up? Did I see a Tlona up there? Holy shit. Oh, it's the only stream. Okay, never mind. That's cool. Super cool.
By the way, which kind of coffee maker do you use? Michael,
I have a and how do you get around the first rinse cycle?
That's why I didn't understand it, because we had the Mealy that was like, you know, automated to it, but I'm like, dude, the first shot, I don't want to start with the fucking rinse water coffee, right?
I mean, I when I talk with Christian about this, because there is some pretty stupid things. If you look in the bottom, why do you want a slow cooker on your Beotalk Living Intelligence?
So you can accidentally burn your house down by pressing a fucked up macro on your phone.
Yes, I want to be able to press Control button number 9 to turn on my slow cooker.
As you do. But come again, which kind of coffee maker do you use if you start with Michael?
Me, sorry, DeLonghi, I forget, Acom or something or other.
DeLonghi brand. HENRIK.
The Sage Barista Touch.
And,
I'm an espresso guy.
Yeah, but which kind of brand of the maker do you use?
For Nespresso?
Yeah.
Nespresso, bro. I don't know.
Nespresso.
Nespresso, yeah.
Yeah,
did I not say the N-word loud enough?
Indeed. Maybe it was, you know, censored. I couldn't hear it in Sweden, so maybe it was that. Yeah, I couldn't hear the N-word.
Nespresso, yeah, no, I honestly started to get into like light coffee capsules now, but I have a Pixie which is the same pixie that flew through the entire fucking cabin of our car and got embedded in the windshield, and that got batted back with the log that came through the car. And
I'm gonna do a kind of a New Year's resolution for myself, is that get all this kind of home integration for myself in the year 2022. All these kind of things I have to.
I have one thing.
Yeah.
And smart home is very smart. It's a cool thing, and it's a gimmick, and it's fun. But don't try to overdo it. Why do you want a smart coffee machine? It doesn't make any sense, because you need to put beans in it. You need to put a cup underneath it. You need to put water in
There's
it.
a whole build the freaking Lego. See, they should make a Lego Technic Bluetooth driver so you can do Mindstorms.
So you need to keep it simple. And my setup is very, very simple. I could do lots of stupid ass triggers, but it wouldn't make any sense. I could trigger my coffee machine, but I still need to take the thing in to get the beans because they crunch.
Yeah, but you have
when I do it, and I still need to put it, tamper it. I still need to put it up and whatever. So it doesn't make any sense. You could put in. I mean, I used to have an espresso with the N word as well as Willie has, and you could put a timer on it to make an espresso cup of coffee in the morning, but then you put the capsule in, you close it down so it's actually open to air, as it shouldn't be. So it will stay there when you go to bed until you wake up in the morning. Then you have to still put the cup in before you go to bed. Otherwise, you will have coffee everywhere in the morning. So it
goes right into the drip tray.
I mean, you need to set some limitations. A smart coffee machine doesn't make any sense.
I kind of look into this kind of whole integration, the whole kind of whole automated kind of the beans and everything is sealed up in their kind of special container and all that.
But you know what though, to address that question, like from my perspective, like when I first started playing around with B&O, which was back in 2011, which was Masterlink Gateway, and I got to the point where you could just swipe your fingerprint on the what was it, the fingerprint scanner on the door. I forget what the brand now it is. Anyways, and the whole fucking store would turn on, right? Like, then you do a whole bunch of different things, and then you look at like this doesn't make sense. And like when you start putting these things in your house, like when I had the Masterlink Gateway, I programmed like just shit that makes absolutely no sense, you know. And then slowly and surely you realize the fact that, well, just because I have 6 buttons on the keypad, I don't have to use all 6. I can just have 3 of them in there. Exactly. And that's how I distilled everything down to, you know, like welcome, music, and goodbye. Because what else do you really need when you walk into the house?
You need to set limitations.
Yes.
And I mean, what I use is I have a goodbye button when I leave the house. I have a welcome home. Then the vacuum cleaner is pretty stupid too. Why? I just did it because I saw Christian did it. So I thought that is fun. Let's try it. But I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
But still,
the vacuum cleaner needs to be automated anyways. Without a gateway, it needs to be automated to run 2 or 3 times a week. So you don't want to control it, but what you want to control is, for example, if you sit in the living room, if you press light 1, turn on the light 10%, light 2, 20%, 30%, 40%, whatever. Turn on the light, turn off the light, or do the automation things that when you go into the bathroom, play a specific radio station from TuneIn on the speakers at this volume, right?
Whatever makes you poo better.
Yeah.
But like, for an example, you're going outside and you're taking Hamilton and Hyde out for a walk, and you just go and you have the halo next to your door.
Then I say goodbye.
And then it maybe can do a run for the vacuum cleaner and all that. So it just go boop. And you can press the vacuum cleaner if you want.
When I go to the goodbye, I go to it sets an all standby for the products for the B&O.
Yeah.
Lights. All the lights turns off, and all the shades goes down because when the sun is out, it could get hot in here.
Yeah.
So every shade goes down, and I could turn on the vacuum cleaner if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But the vacuum cleaner in its own remote already has a timer function which runs
on its own
3
schedule.
times
Yeah,
a
but let's
week
say you
if we're not at
you
home.
could do it as
Yes,
you know.
but
so-
it runs anyways in the app
Yeah.
3 times a week if the phones is not at home.
Do you have a
No,
Nest
but
thermostat?
yeah, I mean, you could do it like that, so it will run when you push the.
I know my friend of mine has that every time he goes out for his workout, then he push a button and the vacuum cleaning goes out for automatically. It's like 1 hour or so, and it just timed perfectly. But yeah, something like that. You just go outside, push the button, go for a workout. It's maybe delayed for 1 hour or so, and come home. Everything is done. Of course, you can do it with the app and all that. But yeah, everything.
I mean, Christian just wrote that he used it when he's pre-dinner or after dinner. But I mean, my kid is not as messy as his kids, so
Yeah,
don't
not
do
yet,
that.
bro.
Yet, I mean, oh my God, yet, yeah.
Not yet.
If I had a microphone, I would drop it.
Yet, I mean, don't.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You're
Don't
in
get too
for a
cocky.
treat, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that when it comes to automation, there are limits, like, and if you're also limited by your imagination, also to an extent. But
I mean, the key factor in a smart home is not to see how much things can I put into the smart home. It's the limitations of what would make sense in a smart home.
yes,
I mean, I could put a lot of things into my smart home, but I don't do it because it wouldn't make any sense. I mean,
But you want the ability to do.
you have
other
the
thing
ability.
is-
You have
The other thing is, I could say that when I push the goodbye button, that the thermostats should go down, but I mean, it already does this by the app to the thermostats, and they are geo-tracking. So when we get closer to our home, it will start to build up the heat again. So it doesn't make sense to get the building intelligence to do this, and it doesn't make sense that you can control the thermostats on your remote. I mean,
I do.
you do?
I do all the time, actually. I have my
Change the-
thermostats actually set in there's a directly to the wake up time macro as well from BeoTime. So I go light 1 is summer and light 2 is winter, and they change based off of that. So instead of cooling in the summer, they heat in the winter. I have it tied into the welcome button, so it kicks the thermostat off of the eco mode and either goes to heat or cool, depends on the season, right? But I also have the thermostat set that if it goes to eco mode, there is it issues out its status report to the gateway, I think, every 5 minutes to what the fuck is happening to it. So I've caught myself a couple times that I left the house and I thought I pressed the button to turn shit off, but I didn't. So then it goes to eco mode. The thermostat just goes naturally to eco mode after a certain amount of time, right? And then after that certain amount of time goes to eco mode after 5 minutes of report, or actually the report's back to gateway because gateway looks, right? It says, I have gone to eco mode. At that point, all standby and fucking all the lights off is issued. Just in case I'm gone somewhere, then the lights could turn off.
So you don't really need the goodbye scene, you just need to leave and automatically everything will shut down.
Yeah, but that'll take a while, right? Versus just, pressing it on.
Yeah.
But I have that redundancy built in. Like at this point now, my entire apartment is turned off. Like we've said on podcasts when my shit started to come off because I wasn't moving enough, and it read it as there's nobody here, so I'll just shut down.
Question from Twitch. But I think you already sort of answered it, Henrik. You were gonna do a video on like this sort of basics, right, with the BLI in English, and the question was, could you also show how you like tie in the HAS.io with it?
Yes, I will show that.
Okay, yeah, that was it basically. So happy.
Cool. Yep.
No, this is a very good update.
I'm planning to do the Halo remote first, and then when I'm done with the Halo remote, I will do a video on the BLI. But you have to understand that it's such a macro beast, and it takes so much time to do a proper video on it. That's why I was lucky to get Christian on the channel, because I mean he works with this every day and he's just point on what's going on in the gateway. Where I'm, you know me, I'm like, oh look, there is a thing
Squirrel.
over there. Let's go, squirrel. And it does take some time, and I mean the video with Christian took a lot of time to edit too, because it was, I mean, it's a lot of talking, and it's very, very hard to keep people on the channel to actually listen to what you have to say. And it is nerdy.
It's also so super personal, because what you do in the morning may not align with other people, and
yeah, I agree.
the way YouTube works is like, well, I don't do exactly like that, so therefore you're dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes YouTube is great. Sometimes it's a bit meh.
Yeah. But I mean, it's such a tricky thing, and I mean, maybe it would be easier just to. I mean, Willie, we could do a session together, because that would be in English, and we can talk about the gateway and do like go through all the different things, and then I can show you the new stuff. That maybe would be a better solution.
Let's put it this way. I am ordering a BLI, so when I get it, we can start that process from basically admin as fucking password is concerned, right?
Yeah.
And take it, show you guys how to add the products, how to, you know, set up the system mode so you can have a day and night cycles if you wanted to, or whatever. And I would do it from scratch, because I can still just save that as work and dump my old profile on it, so I can live with my not so stupid house anymore, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna delete all my macros. I'll pull my hair out. Fuck. But
but there,
I'm very much open to it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, and one other cool thing about the Beo Living Intelligence is that for once, it can be powered by Power over Ethernet, so you don't need an external AC adapter, which is freaking amazing.
I love that.
Yeah,
it's gonna go straight into the Ubiquity switch. That's like, blink, done.
That is just amazing.
It's something they've finally really thought of, because usually the power adapters you get, they work, right? But you put them in like an extension box or whatever, so they block another power spot, and it's always like, God damn it.
I just don't think that it's probably not Bang & Olufsen who's done this.
What?
Sure, but B&O chose these people to work with.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I don't understand why Chemo was chosen, but they are. I have no issues, obviously, because everything works in my house.
I mean, Chemo is also looking into APIs at the moment. They're looking into different camera vendors and how to integrate with those, which is amazing. So they are actually, and they're active on. I'm not that active on Beo World, and it's just I don't really have the time to keep up with all the platforms. But I try to do it once in a while. But I know that Chemo support is a big part of the Beo World forums, and they are actually people that are writing back to people. So, I mean, thumbs up for that. That's very good work. I mean, that's better than Bang & Olufsen.
Mm-hmm. Well, B&O doesn't really have much that they can like, other than the installers, right? There's really no way to find out what the capabilities of the gateway are, other than our channel, I guess. Like, there's no communication of it of any kind. Like, you know, and if you look at the B&O's website, it's very on point, few words on each product, a little bit mystique, you know,
very
to bring
much
you into
on
the store.
Installer, not even
But
the dealer.
that is all. Yeah, it's almost on an installer to sell it, even, for God's sakes, because you know those are the people that spend the most time in the house with the client, because the client comes in, buys something from you as a salesperson. You're not there for the whole installation. Some people are. I don't know. I like that. I like to be there and see it, but there are times where it just doesn't permit. But now that I work for myself, I'm always there. But when I worked at the shop, right, like we had an installer, and you have to lay the fucking trust to the guy to, like, you know, do it. And I've spent maybe an hour to 2 hours with the client altogether, you know, trying to figure out the system and blah, 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 because then you design it on your own. But then the installer's there for 8-9 hours, maybe 3 days, depends on how big the job is, right? So they get a way better idea of what could be sold to that person, but they just don't.
But the problem is that the salespeople in the store can't sell the product.
No.
That's the issue.
Yeah, well, if you don't install it and don't use it yourself, it's nigh on impossible to sell anyway. Because, like, what do you say? Like, this is a computer that can control your lights, and the average person will say, "Yeah, but so does my light switch."
Yeah, but I mean, the only thing the salesman in the store should say is that just ask into what kind of products do you have in your home. If they say just one part of Philips Hue, they should say, we can control Philips Hue with the Beoremote 1 that comes with your new Harmony. Yeah. Oh, really? Yes. We just need to add this, and then you'll be...
Do a big purchase, I'll throw in one of these, and I'll come and set it up.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's a no-brainer, and I just don't think that the salespeople are taking the opportunity to actually... go through with it.
Well, it may be also training and experience. Erik, by the way, has this made you the same as me, as in like thinking of like, ooh, this could be a thing to install now? Because your house is like not totally as dumb as mine, but
it is smart, but my smart products don't talk to each other, so it's in that sense very dumb. And that's why I said in 2022 would be my New Year's resolution to make everything integratable or work with Bang & Olufsen, because it's kind of the dream for me. You know, the old kind of videos that Bang & Olufsen made in like 2011 or so, and they have the whole kind of home integration videos, and I always loved them way before.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Erik, you could invite all of us for a New Year's Eve in Sweden. And then Willie and I will control your whole house, and Michael will tip your car outside.
I'll do the same to your smart car. I'll just put it on top of Erik's.
The funny thing is that I'm going every year. The guy squad are going to a summer residence, and we get hammered. And the only thing I thought is that I can't take the smart car over there, because they will definitely tip it or put it inside of a yard, and I can't get it out. So, yeah.
Not my proudest moment, but a bunch of friends went skiing when I was about 18, and we got hammered. And somehow, like next to the glacier where this bar was, somebody parked their Mini. And like the 6 of us lifted the car up and put it somewhere else.
I know that, I think it was the movie actor star, the Ray Reynolds or something. He took his teacher's, Beetle and, moved it around. And because he moved it further than 20 meters, it was counted as a GTA, Grand Theft Auto. So they were all charged from,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just because it was over 20 meters, but yeah.
I mean, your journey in 2022 could be a fun story to follow.
Yeah, and a question for you, Henrik, is that if I would invite you over, would it be rather better if you would be drunk to do it in Swedish, or do you have to be very sober to do it in Swedish?
Drunk.
Drunk, yeah. And I have to be very drunk also to understand your Danish. So yeah,
blah 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 blah.
But I mean, it would be a fun video.
Oh yeah, but you know what?
It would be a live stream from 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then all the way to
Yep.
I challenge you to not speak any English in that video.
Oh God. If you have an electrician, Erik, and you want to do the lighting system, you can do the lights. And quite honestly, most of that stuff can be programmed remotely. Like, I do not have to be there. Like, if you have a computer that I can just remote into TeamViewer, I can do all of that remotely. And you can just watch the mouse move.
Yeah, and for me, it's just that, do I want my crazy Canadian Soviet friend to have the ability to change my, lights and all that?
And
How
log
would I
into
be able to
Just
change your
run,
lights once they log in? Once they
baby.
log off, it's done.
I don't know, maybe.
But yeah,
maybe
I do
not.
it with a whole bunch of clients. I remote in and do it. I wish that there was a back end to the BLI where you could go into it as a web browser window from remote.
there is.
There is now?
The installer can log into it.
Through the Chemo website, right?
Yep.
Okay. Because I know the old, like the BL, the gateway, the old gateway, I guess, it shows what it shows. It's very cumbersome. Like you can't really add it and whatnot.
I think it's the same with the new one, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. It's not. I talked with Christian about it, and Christian was like, "Well, you can just." I think he said something about you can reboot some products and stuff, but you can't really do macros and stuff. Then you need to log into it.
Yeah. Whose house is that?
No idea. Michael Fearland sent this to, I forget what the question was, what we thought of it for setup. I like the look of this house a lot, but holy reflections, Batman.
I would hate the reflections of
Yeah.
Don't you think there will be electric curtains just to go? Ooh.
Yeah, but there's
they are
nothing
curtains
else.
there.
It's a hard floor, hard walls, hard ceiling. There's nothing separate.
Windows.
There's glass.
Windows, glass everywhere. I think it
Leather
is
couch
a
too.
mess.
Fuck. That would echo like a church hall.
Yeah.
But it looks very, very good.
I guess
It
for
looks
this kind of, for me, I guess this person actually gets this, special room for,
If you look at
Real-
the blanket, you might be able to see who actually lives there.
I mean, personally, maybe this is what he meant also. I wanted them to face the wall, the speakers, so you can get rear speakers. Yeah, I would do that too, regardless of, because of the sun. I wouldn't be comfortable with having the sun beating down on my electronics like this.
on the backside now.
I wouldn't care.
Yeah. I mean,
But that's also because I know that in my house, all my curtains goes down if I'm not at home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably the best speaker to have it with because there's not much on the back. But if they were 50s or 90s, I couldn't deal with the discoloration.
No, I agree.
With the 18s, since it's metal on the back, it's not so bad. But
The only thing that'll discolor is the edges of the magnetic lamellas,
yeah,
because those are facing backwards a little bit. It's the same drawback like people that have moments and they don't and have it turned the same way that I've got against the, like I have a couple of clients that have it in the, like in Vancouver I have one lady that has it on the floor stand against the window, and when you flip the moment there's literally a line of faded wood and what was
yeah.
what it used to
Original.
be.
On
Yeah.
Twitch, Tigris says Henrik doesn't care because Denmark doesn't have sun.
But to defend the Nordic countries here is that in the summer we have sun like 24/7 almost, and then in winter we have none. So it kind of balances itself out. So in the summer it's bitch.
I would be, yeah, I guess if your curtains go automatically, it wouldn't be an issue. But I would be slightly worried with the OLED panel because they don't like to be in direct sunlight, especially not even backwards facing.
I mean, right now, at the moment, it's 19 Celsius outside in Copenhagen, and it is 10 o'clock at night.
Come again, it's 19
Yes.
outside.
I don't know what went wrong, but something did.
What, is it too hot for y'all?
Yeah.
What the hell? It's like 11 here.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know. It hasn't been like this for the past 2-3 days, but at night, right now, it's just it's hot outside.
Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah.
Chemtrails.
Blah blah.
Chemtrails, bro. Chemtrails.
I'm just saying.
It's intergalactic aliens.
And then
Right.
I have to say also one other thing. Because of all these Bang & Olufsen news this past week, my video about Prestige Creators, which is in Danish, the assembly guide and stuff will come out next week. I will do a English video about how to assemble this, but it's very, very easy. So it will probably be around 15 to 20 seconds because it's just like boom, 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 click, it's on. But it will be nice, and it will be, the Danish video will be out next week, and the English video will be out as soon as possible.
As I said, many of my followers follow you also, but if my followers need to have these kind of things in English and ask me about it, there's a demand for it. But I know you have said it before, is you don't want to make everything in English, but for this kind of integration with Beosound, I think it will be very good to make it in English. It's very hard to me to explain, and I guess it's very hard to.
I will do some English videos, and yeah, it is on par.
Yeah, on that note, I'm going to call it. Thank you, Prestige, for joining in the giveaway early in the year, for being our half-year Santa. And nice kitty. Also, thank you to our new member. Thank you, Don, as well. We'll be on Twitch tomorrow, will he?
Oh, yeah.
So we'll talk more nonsense there, and maybe...
I might and might not join. Depends on
You're
my
always
schedule.
welcome. Both of you,
but
obviously.
My schedule is kind of wonky this week, so maybe I have a good opportunity to make this week and tomorrow. So yeah.
It's Mondays is about whatever, so don't expect pure B&O talk. But if it comes up, since we do it so much, it's fine.
That's right. And with my luck, I think I'm gonna get my B&O delivered right through the podcast. Then I'll have to run off for a bit. So it'd be good if you're there, so it's not awkwardly silent with Mikey by himself.
Also, email me about the Silk Beoremote Halo if you're interested. Then I'll go talk to my dealer and
what the numbers are going to be like.
Yeah, because if we can do a group buy or something, that might come back a lot
20
cheaper
or so,
than
I guess.
everybody individual doing it. Anyway, that was it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe, share, and all that jazz. And see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.